So what is augmented reality? That's really the big thing. If you were to ask my girlfriend, she would say it's some like whimsical magic from Harry Potter. But really, it's not. It's one of the biggest trends in tech with, tons of growth potential. One of the things that really continues to grow is the technology, and it's going to grow as technology advances. And we see that with Pokemon Go. We see that with the IKEA app. It's really dependent on as devices become more accessible, as devices and everything become more engaging, and processing power is a lot cheaper, then we'll get a lot more content and stuff. And so augmented reality comes from the root word augment, which means to add. In this case, you're adding virtual content, and that virtual content enhances the experiences of the real world. And so it's abbreviated AR, and it lets you see the real world in front of us with digital elements on top of it. And so, for example, you look through a device such as a phone, and you might see a dog in a real world interacting with a cartoon counterpart. Augmented reality isn't just about visuals. It can be audio as well. And the big thing is that augmented reality makes experiences more immersive because it goes beyond traditional experiences. And so if you have a poster or you have a print or a book, you can use augmented reality to add animation and video onto those things, or you could add audio onto those things. You could even add games to it. And so what I like to do with a lot of my work is I try to gamify stuff. And so I like to make it interactive so that you can actually control the content. And one of the classes that I will have coming down the pipeline is taking a drawing and then making a 3D model of that drawing, and then allowing you to use animation to move the drawing around, as well as scale it, make it bigger, and also make it smaller, and rotating it. It's really about interactivity to enhance the entertaining experience. And so augmented reality isn't new. We see it being used with Snapchat and face filters and a variety of shopping apps like IKEA. More importantly, we all know about Pokemon Go, which utilizes AR to catch Pokemon. When Pokemon Go came out, that was just the next big thing since sliced bread. And it's crazy how, the minimal AR experience that they have with it, it's really allowed for people to interact with it and see the use case of it. And I think until now, the big thing is really the utilization of augmented reality. And me being in the space, I've noticed that there are a lot of AR enthusiasts, coders, techies that are looking for, cross-platform stuff, and, native apps are archaic, and all these different things that really sort of diminish the power of it. Right now, people are just now getting into it. People are just now exploring it and expressing themselves with it. They want something that they could share, have memorable experiences with, and really create interactions with people that often weren't done before. And we see that with memes. Like people make memes because it creates conversations without having to have conversations. And that's the beauty of it. This is all an extension of the expressions that we have. We see that with tweeting, we see that with Instagram, we see that with all those different things. And so all we're doing is just making these experiences more interactive. And by interacting with these things, then the usability and the scalability and the accessibility of these things become a lot greater. And so you have an app, you have some sort of experience that you create as a creator. And by creating that experience, you send it out to people, and you're able to measure the metrics with downloads or whatever. And then you really build those connections, and you build that fan base. And right now, we could really use the opportunities to create fan bases because, that's what's keeping people afloat right now. The coronavirus and COVID-19, that's really tested people's resolve to where, they're investing and they're supporting creators and entities that really they connect with on a personal level. If you need some shoes, you'll go out and get some shoes, and when it comes to that conversation, it's a matter of, okay, what shoes do I depend on? What shoe brands do I really put my last dollar to? And the same thing goes for entertainment. The same thing goes for education. The same thing goes for all these experiences that we all have. And so it's just a matter of sort of reshaping that mindset from, having all the gadgets and gizmos to how are these gadgets and gizmos actually going to be used. And so with Pokemon Go, it really sort of encapsulates what the potential is. Even if it's very minimal AR and it's really just a game, there's a lot of stuff that can be done. And more importantly, with Google Maps and everything, it's like we could use AR to enhance navigation systems and superimpose routes over live views of the road. My dad had a Tesla for work, and I could definitely see sort of AR being used for that. During football games, we know broadcasters use AR to draw lines on fields to illustrate and analyze plays. And many people don't really notice that stuff. I mean, it enhances it, and that's the whole point. It doesn't have to be explained as AR. It just needs to be used in the right way. Furniture and houseware giants, IKEA, they use AR apps to place furniture in real-world settings so that you don't have to waste money choosing the wrong furniture. Military fighter pilots see AR projections of their latitude, speed, and other data on their helmet visors. And this allows them to not focus on wasting time glancing down to see different things. And so it allows them to focus on everything that they're seeing in front of them without having to divert their attention. All that stuff is sort of in the head, in the HUD. Very similar to like Iron Man. One of the things that's really picking up now is in the medical and healthcare fields. Neurosurgeons sometimes use AR projections, 3D brains to aid in the surgery. And we're seeing a lot of the opportunities for AR in the healthcare field in terms of training for different surgery procedures, as well as educating patients. And for me in my work, I'm doing a lot of stuff because I'm also trying to get into medical school. And so I'm always looking for opportunities to merge the gaps between both the medical field, the tech field, and the creative field. And AR is really sort of that happy medium where I could treat it as an interdisciplinary approach, where I'm pulling from all these different experiences that I have, and I'm creating a very unique approach to tackling all these things at once. Because at the end of the day, it's all about education. It's all about improving lives with everything that we do. And it's just how do you apply those things in the right way, with the right skill sets and the right background and approaches to really enhance that experience and enhance the effectiveness of it. And so definitely be on the lookout on the pipeline for a lot of the stuff that I'm doing in that. And, really a lot of the stuff at historical sites like the Pompeii in Italy, AR can project views of ancient civilizations over today's ruins, bringing the past to life. And so that's really one of those things with museums, historical sites, all those things. We could actually go back using the creativity and the technology that we have. We could use all that stuff to create experiences that really pop off the page, that pop off the screen. We could actually immerse ourselves in that. And the difference is that, compared to virtual reality, which is more of like, taking our physical being and injecting that into a virtual space, we're completely removing ourselves from reality. With augmented reality, we're taking the digital stuff from the screen and we're adding it to our reality. And so that's really the big happy medium between the two, is that between the physical world and the digital world is augmented reality. It's the augmented world because we see both at the same time. And so with everything that's been going on, definitely stay tuned. If you're watching this through one of the course videos that I have, definitely continue watching and learn more about augmented reality with the different projects that I have. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, definitely check out Doodle Life and all the stuff I have on Skillshare and Udemy. If you're checking this out on the podcast, definitely check out the YouTube channel. Check out all the other things that I have going on in the augmented reality space. This is going to be the launch of my series of AR tutorials where I'm teaching how to create AR experiences as a creator, whether you're a painter, a musician, a dancer, taking those experiences and enhancing the creativity through AR, and doing that with very minimal code. And as we progress with these tutorials, we'll go from making handmade stickers and adding AR elements to those, making handmade puzzles, making t-shirts and adding AR to it, making comic books, adding animation to things, gamifying things. So if you have your own character, you create a picture of the character, you shine your phone over the character, and you can play the character as if it's a game. You can make him punch, you can make him walk around. All those things will be coming down the pipeline. And it's really all about, making these connections and improving the experiences and the creativity that you have. Because that's really how I got into it. It became sort of this golden egg that I found when I was working on my stuff. And as a teaching artist, I really find ways to take the approaches that I have and take the stuff that I do and really teach it to other people to empower them. And so hopefully this provides inspiration. Hopefully this allows you to explore a lot of the different things that are going on. And more importantly, hopefully this entertains you enough to keep following along. And so with that, my name is Steve. Definitely check out all the rest of the stuff, and I'll catch you on the flip side.